Hey everybody, welcome back to the garden. It is time to do another fall garden update. We have a special guest with us again. Ray from RayRays Garden is going to be out there with us. He's going to give us an update. But first, let's go take a look at a few things that I got going on in my garden. First off, we have this huge abundance of Red Roselle Hibiscus. Check out these plants, guys. I am going to be able to get some calexes off of these things, dry them out, and be able to make some awesome tea from this. No, this is not really a start in the fall kind of crop, but this crop is something that I will be harvesting in the fall. So it is essentially a fall crop. The other thing on this list that is not a start in a fall crop that I will be harvesting in this fall, which I will be harvesting pretty quick, will be my sweet potatoes. They are in the same boat. Look at these things. These things are abundant, all as abundant as all get out. This is awesome. Before we continue on with that, let's go check in with Ray on how his gardening is doing this fall.
What's up, Doug? Thank you so much for having me out. I want to kind of show you around, although I am going to say I'm not sure if I'm really gardening this fall or just doing projects. Let's take a look. I'd say the thing I'm excited the most in this fall garden is the carrots. I've never done fall carrots and I'm really excited to see how sweet they are. Everybody online says this is the way to do it. Can't wait to find out, y'all. The crop that I'm shocked is growing so well is by far these brassicas, y'all. Get a load of this. Probably the thing I'm shocked the most is that they even survived at all. That's broccoli, that's kohlrabi, and that third bed had some spinach that the birds got to. But the thing is, these beds were really designed for next year's peppers. I'm bringing them all out of the garden and putting them out here. You know, I just wasn't sure how well they were going to handle fall stuff. So I just went ahead and did half by seed and half transplant. And as you can see, they definitely did well. They're almost as big, if not as big, as this same time frame in spring. So I'm very impressed with this. At the bottom of these beds, there is some wood chips and stuff like that, and a ton of organic material. And so there's a lot of moisture in there. Doug, you and I have been talking offline about this crazy warm fall, and I got to tell you, it has been a blessing for some things and a curse for others. But having these beds with so much moisture locked in, I think helped these guys survive and even thrive. Last but certainly not least is the cilantro. Let's take a look at the front side, y'all. I harvested everything out of this section, and this one went to seed. Not really intentionally, Lola, stop. Not really intentionally, but that's just how it worked out. This other bed, however, I let this bed go completely to seed. And believe it or not, this is the third generation of that seed grown on this property this year. That is crazy, y'all. And I'm hoping to get one more yet. Over here's the dill patch, and it's doing really well too. I'm probably going to let this thing grow a little bit more before I harvest and put it in the freezer for spring. So that's pretty much all I'm growing in fall. I'll do some more spinaches and lettuces as soon as it cools down. But this is what I've been working on. This gigantic mess of buckets and insanity over here is actually the home of 3 new beds and a trellis. Might be hard to see, but these posts are about 9.5 inches away from the existing fence. Our goal is to not only have a little bit of privacy up here, but to also have the ability to grow. This is probably the sunniest spot in the entire yard, so I want to take advantage of that. I got these buckets here to protect Lola so she don't fall in them holes, but there's 4 posts all together. This will be a 16-foot span of a lattice situation, and I can't wait to show y'all when it's done. Speaking of done, y'all, these reapers are for sure done for the season. This will be the 3rd time I've picked off of here. I had a harvest almost as big as this one at the end of August, so this is pretty exciting. And again, this is such a sunny spot right here, and so I am definitely going to be taking advantage of this. But let me show you the bane of my existence right now, y'all. Okay, this is going to be the new compost bin. It's going to go up against the fence line right there. It's just a little over 8 foot, probably hard to tell on camera, but I made a crucial mistake, y'all. I thought I was going to trim out on the inside of this, and I'm not. I'm actually going to button it up on the outside. So as you can see, I've been slowly removing the stain All of that is off now. I just got to keep going and strip this thing down. And it is so much work, guys. My back ain't the best, so I'm able to do like 30, 45 minutes, take a break, come at it another day. And I've got another couple hours of sanding to do. As soon as it's done being sanded, I don't think the actual building of the outside is going to take all that long. And I'm hoping to have my first compost pile going in here, hopefully maybe early November. We'll see, y'all. Well, Doug, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your fall, or whatever you want to call this. But this is a strange year, hopefully a productive year. We'll catch you next time. Ray out.
So as you can see, he's been kind of busy with his stuff as well. And yes, it has been an unseasonably warm and pretty dry climate here. I've been having to water my plants quite a bit, trying to get things into the ground. I got my broccoli and my Brussels sprouts and my cabbage all in the ground a little later than I wanted to this year. So we're gonna go through and we'll probably put some hoop houses up over those once we start seeing the threat of frost, which so far, fingers crossed, the threat of frost has been a ways away. So things are going pretty good in the garden. We are hopefully will be able to get a harvest out of these cabbage plants. That's my number one crop that I want to be able to get a harvest out of is cabbage. Then number two would be the broccoli. The Brussels sprouts, still kind of experimenting with those, still learning on how to grow those the best I can. So hopefully we'll get some benefits from those as well before it gets real cold, which I think we will. The other thing that we have here are our sugar snap peas. Hopefully they as well will extend the harvest as well. And speaking of projects, like Ray said, I do have a lot of things I need to get done out here. I just need to get out here and get things done. As you can see behind me, the farmers got their stuff done with the field. The field is done and they're harvesting. They're onto the corn now. The beans are all done. So likewise, I need to be getting out here. I need to be collecting my seeds. If you haven't seen that seed saving video yet, I had one out last weekend. I will have another one out this weekend on how to save seeds. The one I put out last weekend was why to save seeds. I'll be putting out videos on the harvest for the sweet potatoes. Hopefully I have an abundant harvest of that. More harvesting of the Red Roselle Hibiscus. And then I will be moving into the winter garden series. It looks like by the telltale sign of some of my plants, I'm going to be doing a winter/fall gardening series, which is perfectly fine. That's what I'm going to do, is try to extend my harvest, extend my stuff into the future. So we should be looking good, guys. Hopefully your fall gardens are doing well. Hopefully you're getting some more moisture than what we're getting out here. Cheers, everybody, and God bless.